All right, super. Hey, everybody. Hi, this is Julia Mills and my dear friend Lori Welch. She and I have known each other now for, gosh, I'd say probably, I don't know, Lori, 3 or 4 years, maybe even 5 years, I guess.
Might be longer. Yeah.
It could be. It could be. One of the many blessings that I receive in this company is getting to know people like Lori, just like-minded, beautiful soul. Somebody who, when we met, first of all, our your maiden name was Mills. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. So right away we were like, oh, we're like sisters, or at least cousins. But that's how we feel, and it's just really fun to be able to chat with Lori here today. And I thank you so much for being here. She's going to share her story with us, and like I said, getting to know people of like mind in this company is really one of the blessings that is just incredible. You get into this and you don't even realize that that's a part of it. And really, it's what, to me, a lot of times is the most important thing. So, thank you, Laura. You're in Sacramento area right now, right?
Right. We live in the foothills of Sacramento area and pastor in the Sacramento area. Hmm.
Okay. And see, and she's in her car and she's like, sure, I'll jump on. Absolutely. You guys just had a great service there. It looks like a beautiful day. Yay.
It's a beautiful day. Yeah, we just got done doing a parking lot church service. We still are not allowed to go into the building here in California. And so the weather is good enough, doesn't quite get too hot. So it's good enough for us to everybody brings their lawn chairs and we social distance and do church outside. And it's just been so awesome for all of us to get together again because we've been separated for so long, just as everybody else has. But it's like a family reunion every week now that we're together. So it's been
Oh,
really,
that's
really,
the best.
yeah.
That is so, so important. Yep. I mean, you really, it's like you don't realize how important it is until you're without it. And so it's a priority, right? We shouldn't take it for granted. I think that's probably something.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I think we've all learned some good lessons this last year about how important the body of Christ really is and how meaningful it is. We need one another. And, I love too that the church has been able to go on through media in a way that couldn't have happened 25, 30 years ago. And God really blessed our church with a team that was already in place when COVID hit. So we literally did not skip a beat. The one Sunday we were in person, the next Sunday we were online. And oh, I thought somebody hit me from behind in the car and it was Mark getting in the trunk.
Oh, oh, good. Ay, ay, ay.
So
Yep.
say hi to Mark. Say hi, Mark.
Is there another Mills on this
Hi,
phone call?
Mr. Mark. Yes, there is. Hi
What's
there.
going on,
Mills
Julia?
family. Oh, look at the flowers.
These
Oh,
are for Lori's mom.
We're going out of town, so we're bribing my mom with some flowers
Yeah,
before we go.
we we always got to take care of her.
Yeah.
of course. How sweet. Now, how far are you going to be going to visit your mom?
Well, she's right here
She
in
lives
town,
here.
but she doesn't like it when we go away.
Uh-huh.
And so we bring her chocolate or flowers, and she's good for a few days.
And then
Oh,
we'll
good.
bring her
Oh,
something when we come back.
She is your typical Jewish mother,
Oh
where
yeah,
she's in your life. Whether you want her to be every moment or not,
Ju-
she's there.
Jewish guilt galore.
right. I know, I know. Oh, you guys are too much. I love it. Thank you so much, Mark. Thank you so much. We were chatting a little bit before the recording, so it's nice that I can see both of you. And please drive safe, okay? So,
I
I'm going to
am.
lean in so you can see Mark as well.
Well, here I am.
yay! Well, listen, you guys. I was telling Lori that what one of the intentions I have here is I just feel like God has blessed me with this business and in this company and with the people and with the products. I mean, it's how I have felt from day one. Been doing it for 7 years, and I'm going to put more focused intention on sharing my story in that way. And so I really love and respect the two of you because I know you've shared with me that that's a part of you and your story and who you are and why this is important to you. So I'd love to have you guys share a little bit about that. And so I'd sent a few questions. Certainly, this can be, the answers just go where it is. But I think it's fun. It'd be neat for people just to understand a little bit about your professional backgrounds. And then how did you hear about this? When did you hear about this? How did you hear about it? And kind of what was going on at the time. I mean, maybe just explain a little bit about that if you don't mind.
Sure, sure. Do you want to go first, honey?
Yeah, because I may want to pop out.
Okay.
We'll take turns saying
Okay.
goodbye to her mom if it's okay. But Julia, thank you so much. And we got to meet you actually when we were doing some meetings in North Carolina several years back with one of my nieces and nephews that lived there. I remember that fun time we had. It was at a fish camp, a fish restaurant, I believe.
And we fell in love with you instantly.
Instantly.
And like I told you before, Julia, we would follow you anywhere.
Absolutely.
If you would have been the first one to tell us about Life Vantage, we would have been all over it, because you're just the kind of person that we just love hanging around.
Yeah.
And we would have been.
Plus you have a great last name, which is Lori's maiden name. So that's
I have to be
good.
your husband's cousin.
Yeah, must be.
Part of the Mills. Nice.
Yeah. So anyway, it's just a pleasure. Vocationally, Lori and I have been in the ministry as pastors for 39 years now. And we were in a ministry, a type of pastorate where we needed, it wasn't stable financially. We start brand new churches from scratch. We've done that now for about 27 years, 4 different times. And we discovered that we needed some way. We had to be entrepreneurial because there was not the right amount of, funding in what we were doing to take care of our life. And so when we moved to California, got into the real estate industry. I did mortgages on the side. We needed to do something we could control our schedule with, because our dedication to our ministry is profound and important. And so we got into the real estate industry, and Lori learned how to be a realtor, and I was the mortgage guy. And we ended up, along with our ministry, which has been so fruitful and wonderful for us to be a part of, but we ended up learning how to invest in real estate properties. We felt that our retirement would be met that way. And then in 2007 and 8, the mortgage meltdown took place.
Wipe out.
Everything that we'd been building our life on fell apart that way. And so that brings us to a point of great need. And by 2009, 2010, we were just at the bottom of a well we couldn't even see our way out of. We were still doing our ministry, but we'd had to reshuffle a lot of our life. And I'll let Lori take over from there and talk about the blessing that we discovered in 2011, February of 2011, now 10 years ago. And Lori, you can fill in the gaps.
Quite honestly, we had done network marketing before, and actually had a really good run up. What are you trying to do, babe? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm going to be.
He's getting out of the car. Sorry, we're shuffling.
This is fine. This is awesome. This works great.
Good. So we had tried network marketing and actually had a really, really good run in a couple of different network marketing companies. In fact, a travel network marketing company was very good to us, and we were actually, and it was out of Georgia, and we were the top producers in the company, and it was just a really, really awesome experience until the company went down. There was some things that weren't in place. It was early in those years of people trying things, and there were some things that the company was not aware of that they did that was not compliant. And so we're all about compliance, and we're thankful that we have a real strong compliance department at Life Vantage. But early in those days, that company didn't make it through those compliance issues. And so we're just, it was a tough fall, and we had kind of written off network marketing at that point. We were like, you know what, it's good, but we experienced from that. We got into the corporate world, we got into the real estate world. That was very, very good to us. And like Mark said, you know, we were on a good run, and we built our dream home. We had, Julia, we had the most beautiful home that it was like a retreat center that we had built. It was on a lake here in the area in Sacramento region. It's called Folsom Lake and El Dorado Hills, and it was cut right into the side of a mountain, and a 6,000 square foot house, and we had like a 260-degree view of the water. We had a sunset on one side of the house, a sunrise on the other side. It was everything that we had dreamed of, and the idea was that we would sell that home, you know, when it was time to retire. And because equity growth here in California is just amazing, right? You know, it was, at that time, it was like 25, 30% a year. So we were like, okay, we'll do that. And then, you know, when the time is right. Well, we got there, and next thing we know, the mortgage meltdown. We were both in the real estate industry. We also were still pastoring the church, and literally lost everything. But at that time, we were so vulnerable. We were so desperate at that point, but we still were not into the idea of network marketing. But a good friend of ours, Dave Marquis, who's now a Pro 9 at LifeVantage, shared with us about LifeVantage. He actually shared it with Mark. And you know what? I'm going to get out of the car while I'm talking because it's getting very hot. We're in Sacramento.
Oh gosh. Great.
Okay.
Awesome.
Can you...
I can't hear you now.
Oh, thank you. Yep. Okay. Honey, I need you to start the car. Can you start the car so I don't roll? Okay. There we go. He's coming to start the car.
This is fun.
So
I hope you're okay.
I hope I'm
Oh, okay.
so anyway, you know, Dave Marquis shared this with Mark, and Mark kind of
putting it off.
Oh, hang on, Lori, I lost you.
Down in the chair, and I heard this ABC primetime investigative report in the background, and I looked to see it on the TV, and it wasn't on the TV, it was on his laptop. I said, what are you watching? He said, oh, it's just this thing Marquis sent me. I promised him I'd watch it. I said, well, that sounds really interesting. Do you mind rewinding it? And so he rewound it. I sat in the chair. He was in a big overstuffed chair. I stood behind his chair watching over his shoulder. And when it was done, I walked around. I said, did you say that Marquis sent this to you a while ago? He goes,
I was so embarrassed. She goes, how long have you known about this? I go, 3 months.
I said, oh my word, Mark, this is huge. If this is even half of what I think it could be.
And I go, it is?
Yeah. Well, see, Mark, and no, you know what? I'd love to talk about that, because you show the ABC News report, and I, coming from the pharmaceutical industry, saw it and went, oh my gosh, this is huge. But then you show it to some people, Mark, and they're like, what does it mean? And it's okay. But I'm just saying, you know, I think the ABC News report is profound, because there's still nothing that can do what it can do. And that was
absolutely.
You know, the smartest thing about me is her.
Yeah,
so,
no, I guess, but no, you know, we don't give up gifts, right? But I guess the point is that we have to share that video, and we have to also bring in someone who can help explain it. If it didn't hit you like it did you, Lori, it hit you. You were like, whoa. I was like, whoa.
Well, and that's the thing. We knew after seeing that we needed to know more.
Mm-hmm.
And if it hits the right people in the right way, they're going to know that they need to know more.
Mm-hmm.
So we just basically said, okay, we got to find out more about this. And we went to a meeting where Tyler Daniels spoke. And next thing we know, we are just headstrong in. I mean, we were like, this could be the solution of what we've been praying for.
Yep.
Even though it's network marketing and we didn't want that again, we knew that we had to do something because honestly, I was working 3 jobs and Mark was working 2, and we were barely scraping the bottom of the barrel because we had lost everything and we had to recover. And so I said, I don't want to be 80 years old and working this hard again. So we rolled up our sleeves, we got started, and we ran like our hair was on fire for several years.
Yeah.
And we're just so thankful that number one, we were able to continue doing our ministry. That's our calling.
Yeah.
We were called into ministry young in our years together, and then into church planting.
I had no intention to fire my boss. You know.
Not that boss.
Right. That wouldn't be a good thing.
Yeah.
No.
Big. That's right. And then, you know, I wanted to fire a few of my bosses, but I just couldn't. That was our mainstay. But
Yeah.
one by one, we're able to do that and refocus. And Julia, here's the thing that I just want to mention to you. We discovered some things. You know, when we originally got into network marketing, and quite honestly, even into LifeVantage, the draw was to be able to make money. We needed an income. But what we've discovered along the way is so far greater than an income. The relationships that we've established, the freedom that we have found, the knowledge that we've gained, the personal growth that we've had. It's just, there's no way to describe what this last decade has brought to us because of LifeVantage. It's a dimension of our life that we just are so grateful for.
Would you say it was an answer to your prayers?
Oh man, yeah.
It still is. I
It
mean,
really is.
the fact is today, 10 years later, because this has an element of leverage in it, I'll just call it that. This can, once it's built, there's leverage. It's not just your efforts anymore and doing them over and over again. You're building into other people, and they're leveraging you too, your expertise and ability, but you get that leverage of thousands of people now for us using the products, whether customers or distributors, and all the efforts of those on the team as distributors, because they're building their own dream, right? And developing their teams. And because of the nature of it, it's such a blessing to us. It has given us our life and freedom of choice for time. We're still investing our time in the ministry, but we no longer worry about where the house payment comes from, the car payments, all those things are covered because of the income level that we've reached in LifeVantage. And today, we still work at it, but the leverage element is the greater part.
Well,
if I can ask, or maybe 2 things. One is, I know, and I just respect you so much because of you give back, you give back, you give to the Lord. And I remember, I think, hearing that you were able to use, and I find this in a lot of our elite distributors here at LifeVantage who are blessed financially quite well, that they give back to, I think you all did a well or wells in Africa. I think you probably are able to put it towards your ministry. I know that other elite distributors have nonprofits or things that they really care about that they're able to fund through this, I know. So maybe if you could talk a little bit about that, and then maybe we should just probably wrap up with, how does this align, this business model? And let's start there with Christian values.
Well, I will just tell you, I'm going to be real gut level honest.
Mm-hmm.
We're not killing it the way we wish we could.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have the bandwidth to be able to take it much further because we did hit elite status, which we're very, very grateful for. We wish that we could be Pro 10, right? But we have gotten it to a level that has afforded us the ability to do life the way we've prayed that we could do life
Yeah.
at this stage of our life, especially. So we're really, Mark hit that before, that we're really able to do some things, experience life the way we want to. We both work from home within the ministry. I'm still in real estate. Everything is from home. And then with Life Vantage, we travel all over the place. We're just getting, in fact, I'm going to turn my camera around so you can see it.
Oh, nice.
We are just getting ready to take off for a little trip to the desert here in California, because one of our values is experiencing the world, traveling around the world off the beaten path. And that is what fills us up. But in giving back, one of our values, as you know, to be called into the ministry, we were called, and we've been very faithful to that calling down through the years. We haven't always wanted to be. It's hard work, but it's what God's called us to be, and we want to be faithful to that. Another thing is to give, like you said. And we've prayed about it with our family, and we just said, life is over before you know it. And then you want to look back and you want to say it was an investment, not just, not just going through it. We wanted to invest in every aspect. One of the things that we felt called to do as a family was to put a well in Africa and in Uganda, actually. And so we prayed about it. And what we did was we opened up a bank account that's a savings account called Well. And
At Wells Fargo.
At Wells Fargo, that's right. And they got the biggest kick out of it too. But every time we slide our card to buy something for ourselves, it takes $1 and puts it into that account.
Oh, neat.
And very quickly, that account collected enough money to be able to put a well in Africa.
Oh, neat.
And our children participated. I mean, it was really, really a neat thing how that whole thing came to be. I'll show you pictures sometime in the future, Julia. It was really, really awesome. But now that account still exists, and we still slide. And even though we finished the well, it goes to very similar type things where we can do our give back.
Yeah.
And it might just be a single mom in need that has some children that need some shoes or whatever. Whatever God calls us to do, that account is for that. So Life Vantage has allowed us to not just live, but also give.
In the past, we've been able to, we've given tithe and taking care of our ministry, given to that and different projects, but getting to do more. I mean, this life is so short, and it's not designed to be, you don't get by keeping.
That's right.
You get by giving according to God. And we just want to explore that as much as we can. It's such a joy to be able to do it. And honestly, the lifestyle that we are now able to live, the choices that we now have, where we don't have to go to a 9 to 5 and give 40 to 50 hours a week away to other people for their dream, it means so much. And getting to share that is huge to us. So we're so grateful for it. And honestly, I cannot think of, I say this from deep conviction. I know Lori feels the same. For Life Vantage to be the way that we were blessed, I can't think of a better way, because the products we have bless people, the opportunity blesses people if they need it, and the people that are involved, the integrity of the company, the fact that it's transparent and NASDAQ traded, we love that, and we just really enjoy being a part of helping people. It's not just us either. We've got a team of several hundred distributors under us, and so many of them are making an incredible additional income too. And the blessing of helping my sister, my kids, other people make an income to keep them free, that's huge.
Nice.
So.
Nice. I mean, it just, and what you're saying is what we're called to do as Christians, and that is to give, to help,
Yes.
And I think that, the more I learn about, because I had never done network marketing before. I was just, a teacher and, pharmaceutical
Wow.
industry.
Wow.
And so when I saw the science, when a doctor showed this to me, I thought, this is something everyone needs to know about. But it's taken me a while to understand the industry of network marketing. And what I have come to learn is that it's about giving. It's truly about giving. And because if you don't, you're not going to be successful. It's just being there for your team and your team being there for you and learning and growing together. But I think the culture of the company has a lot to do with it too, and the integrity and the transparency and the publicly traded, like you said, NASDAQ. I mean, we know exactly what's going on. So all of that is on, full of integrity. And so those are the things that I've learned. And it sounds.
Well, and let me just add this too, Julia.
Yeah.
Network marketing has really evolved. The industry itself is a different ball game than what it used to be. And there might be some listeners to this video that have been tainted by that. They've been jaded by some inappropriate things that have happened, whether it was through a company they were with before or someone that approached them in the wrong way or whatever. Just like everything else, it has evolved and it has taken on a whole new dimension now. And I will just say, and maybe it's because of LifeVantage. It probably likely is, but LifeVantage has completely changed my perspective of what network marketing was then and what it is now. And I can't imagine life without it now. It's just such a beautiful dimension to our life.
And we would have never met you.
Yeah.
Same here.
One of our favorite people.
Yes.
You guys too. We're in the opposite ends of the country, but it feels like, you're always in my heart, in my mind. I love seeing what you guys are doing through Facebook, praying for you and your family always, and can't wait to see you again soon together. And
Yes, absolutely.
Soon. We're ready, sister.
Yeah, sounds really good. Well, get to your mom. We don't want to keep her waiting.
Okay.
I'm so sorry about the timing mix up with the time zones, but I'm glad that we were able to connect. Thanks for riding in it with us in the car and putting up with our combuberations here.
You guys are the best.
Yeah.
Be well. Bless you.
Thank you.
Take care.
You too.
Love ya.
Thank you.
Love you
too.
Bye-bye now.
Bye, guys. Drive safe.